right size chainsaw with that extension pole, that long reach extension pole, so you can do, listen, I'll say 90% of those chores. If there's anything that's too up high or the branch is too thick, right, we need to hire somebody anyways. But for most of those chores, a 4.5-inch thick kind of limb or stick or the tree, you can do it yourself, either in that handheld that you see right there or in that long reach. And that's what Sunjoe does. Sunjoe said, look, we can give you the power to do these things yourself. This is it. This is the whole thing right here, a little safety right here. So there's a trigger, but that trigger's not going to go off by accident. You need to press that. And there's your 4-inch blade, right? You're also getting the bar and chain oil as well. Your hand is protected. The blade is protected. You're getting your sheath. You're also getting a 4-year warranty, right? You're getting an extended warranty on this. That keeps you nice and protected. So it's easy to use, handheld, but then when you need to extend it, because you're getting the battery included. And if you go to hsn.com, the battery's worth $50 on its own because you can use it in like 150 other Sunjoe items. But you connect the battery at the bottom, you connect your chainsaw at the top, and now you've got from 4 feet to almost 6 feet of reach and the angle. So all of those little chores, all of that trimming back, you can now do yourself at $99.99, 4 flexible payments. So you're getting an extra flexible payment. That's $25 to get it home. Our friend Bobby Milliken is back, and we've sent him outside to do some chores. Bobby, hey buddy, thanks for being here. It looks like a beautiful day outside. Wow.
I love how you said, we send him outside. Like I had to go to my corner, but if this is my corner, I'll take it. It's beautiful here. I'm excited to be here on the outside set just to show off and showcase how amazing and powerful the Sunjoe chainsaw is. Now, when you first think of chainsaw, if you're anything like I was, you get a little maybe scared, a little intimidated. You think something big, you think something bulky, you think of something heavy, and you think of something expensive. I want you to get all those thoughts out of your mind because this is powerful, yet it's lightweight, it's not expensive, and it's so versatile to use in so many positions. Let me show you real quick how easy it is to use. All you're gonna do is hit the button and then let the saw do the work. So I've got a 2x4 here, and what you'll notice is how easily that is just gonna slice right through that, and I'm getting a nice, clean, clear, consistent cut each and every time. Here's what you don't need. Here's what you're not worrying about. No gas, no cord. How are we operating this tool, you might ask, Ty? Well, we are using our 24-volt lithium-ion battery. I'm gonna talk more about this later in the presentation, but all you do is pop it in the back, and then, to Ty's point, we have your safety in mind. This is not a toy, this is a tool, and it's very sharp, okay? It's a 5-inch blade. What that means for you is you're going to be able to cut anything 4.5 inches or under. So again, if you got something thicker, you just put it right up, okay? Turn it on, and again, what you don't need to do is rush the cut. You're basically just going to let gravity do its work. If you want to do a little back and forth, you can do this. And Ty, I kind of gave a really thick piece here because I wanted to literally kind of test the limits of the saw. Yeah. But look how, oh my gosh, look how thick this is. You ready? I'm gonna get the measuring tape out. You ready for it?
Yep.
Let's see. All right, let's get the tape out before I throw it back to you. We got about 4-inch cut right there of that piece. So that just shows you how thick of a cut you can get and how powerful this chainsaw is. What do you think about that, Ty?
Yeah, listen, that's a lovely little coaster for your vacation cabin. Yeah. You just made a lovely little coaster, and you do it yourself. I know sometimes we look at the chores and we talk about chainsaw and we think, I gotta hire somebody to come out. And listen, I'm not saying this is for every job. For those really big jobs up on the ladder, yes, hire somebody. But for 90% of those jobs, you can do this yourself now. For under $100, you're getting over $60 off. And that's the battery that I was talking about that right now on hsn.com is $50, right? The battery alone is $50. You're getting the battery included here. So now, when you think about it, it's less than $100. The battery alone is worth $50. Now you're able to do all those chores. If you have other Sunjoe items, you know you can use this battery in your other Sunjoe items. It is lightweight. It is that right size to do the chores that you want to do. Now, you're also getting that chain oil as well, that bar and chain oil as well. You also can tighten the chain as well. But that size, that's all you need. You don't need anything that is that 10-inch, that 12-inch, the one that you got to put gas in. You don't even have to run an extension cord and plug this one in. It is nice and easy. I can't tell you how many of these that I've had or shears that I've had that had a cord and I cut right through the cord, right? You don't have to worry about that, but you just put your thumb there, pull the trigger, and then you've got it. And for all those up high, Don't climb on any ladders with a chainsaw. Use your extension pole. If it is taller than your extension pole, then hire somebody to come out. But this will give you that 6 feet of reach so you can get up there. At $99.99 right now, before the weather turns. This is always the time, Bobby, too, going into fall, when we start looking around, we start looking at those branches hanging over our house or over the fence. This is the time we need to get those chores done.
Yeah, absolutely, Ty. This is the perfect time of year to kind of get those trees kind of trimmed up. You know, I just moved into my new house here in PA. A couple of branches were hanging loose. I was able to use my Sunjo saw on the pole position, which is super easy to do. So you take it from the handheld, you pop the battery on the back here, and then you attach the saw to the front. So what I love about this setup is all your cutting happens up here, and yet all your controls happen back here. So I'll take it right to camera. You see how it's spinning right there? But I'm nowhere near the blade. So watch this. I'm gonna take it over here. This is perfect if you have something that's up high or taller than you. You can literally be safe with both feet on the ground. You saw how quickly I did that one. I'll do another one for you because I know, Ty, this is one of your favorite demos.
That's it.
You're both, you know, listen, the last thing we want is our parents or grandparents or even ourselves to be up on a ladder right with the chainsaw. So when I use this, I feel safe. Why do I feel safe? Because the cutting is away from me. Both feet are safe and sound on the ground. So let me tell you a little bit about the pole. You have a 4-foot pole, but it doesn't stop there. If you need a little bit extra reach, we've got a nice lever right here. Look at that. It goes even longer, so it goes from 4 to 6 feet. Now I know I'm going to be way out of frame, but I'm just showing you how high of a reach you can get. You add my height, 6 foot tall, with my reach, 6 foot. With this 6 foot, you can do the math and get an idea of how high of limbs you're able to get. And Ty, do you want me to tell you more about that battery?
Yeah, let's talk about the battery.
Okay, so the battery on the back, and I'll switch to the other, is our famous Sunjo battery. It's 24-volt lithium ion, right? So it's no fade power. I've had batteries in my garage that I charged up last year that I bring out today, and they still have full power. How do you know? You hit that button right there, and when you come in close, you'll take a look and you'll see you've got 3 green LEDs out of 3. That's how you know it's fully charged. But here's what's so special about this battery. This same battery works in over 100 of our other Sunjo and Snowjo tools. So think about it. If you've been shopping with me and Ty and Guy in the Garden over the past few years, you've seen some of our mowers, blowers, weed whackers. It's the same battery that's working and universal in all of those. So what I love about this is if you get another tool or have another tool, now you've got yourself a backup. So I would definitely go ahead and get a backup battery while we got it up there.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be $49.99, $50. If this is your very first Sunjo item, then get this home, give it a try. What Sunjo does, they take all of that kind of technology and they make it easy for us to use. They make it approachable. I mean, how many times would you think, oh, I'm just gonna hold a chainsaw in one hand, and it's a full-on chainsaw, like it will do the cutting, but it's lightweight and it's designed so well. And remember that reach, and I wanna show you this on this video right here. That reach, you're gonna love having that. Not getting up on a ladder, please do not get up on a ladder, just use that reach. At the end of that pole too, you can angle it because sometimes it's just the angle that you need. Bobby showed us earlier where you just kind of let gravity do the work, and if you've got it angled just right, it'll cut through. Now, if you're using it handheld and doing something a little thicker, just be patient. Don't have to push it because this is still a chainsaw.
Right.
You can just kind of do it back and forth like that
Right.
and cut all of that. Anything that has fallen in your yard, anything that is about to fall in your yard perhaps, right? So I just want to show you, I took the battery out. I'm going to pop it on the end because it has that piece right there on the end. So that's all I did. I popped the battery there on the end. This has a trigger and that safety button as well, still on this as well. Now, on the top side, now you just take the chainsaw itself. Again, this slides in very easily here. It's all very easy to see. You can clip it. That clip makes sure it's secure. Now, on the back, I want to show you, you've got this clip, see this right here, to go up and then make sure you pull that down. Now you're ready to go, and then this is how we're adjusting it. I mean, it's pretty simple, and now you can reach up and cut all of that. Maybe you're going over to mom's house, grandma's house, and they've got some limbs, and you don't want them to have to hire somebody to come over. You can do most of those jobs. And Bobby, can I say, this is what Sunjo has done for me. It's like Sunjo gives me the confidence to do all of those jobs, right? They say, you know what, you can do it. Give you something that is lightweight, that has all of the tools you need. Now we can do most of those jobs ourselves.
That's the whole thing. Like Sunjo gives you and I the power to feel like, you know, we're the professional. Now you don't really need to go call a professional because you are now that professional. So you're saving time, you're saving money, and you have power. It's not like you're really sacrificing a lot of power. This thing has a 230 watt motor. That's powerful. Listen to it, listen to the chain. That's 4,000 revolutions RPMs per minute. So it's spinning fast, it's cutting fast, it's making quick work of any of those trees, limbs, branches that you need to get down. And if you're a parent like me, I know you're probably wondering about the safety. So let's just go over it real quick.
Okay.
A couple things that we've done. Number one, you've got a nice riving knife up top there, which what that does is gives you a layer of protection from your hand or anything hitting it from the top. Number two, you've got a place to put your hand right here when you're cutting. I love that Guy always says put your hand maybe in your back pocket, but if you want to have a place to secure it, you can. And then lastly, if the kiddos get this, first of all, I recommend keeping the battery out, but if you forget, it still won't work when you hit the trigger. Why? You have to engage that safety button right there. So again, basically as you're joining us for this presentation, you're not really just getting one tool. I call this a 2-in-1. Why? Because you're getting it in the handheld, but then also you can pop it on the pole. And Ty, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you, not only is the pole adjustable up and down that way, but the head, to your point, pivots. So now you have all these different angles that you can go to for cutting. So maybe this is my angle, wherever it is, I lock it in position, I get safe and sound, again, put it up there for a cut. I have all the controls down here. I don't have to push, and I just let gravity do its job, and then I can do cut after cut after cut. I love that we give you the battery. I love that we give you the charger. I love that we give you the cover for it. We give you the oil. You have a self-lubricating chain, auto-tightening button right here. So we've literally thought of everything. And Ty, the battery itself is $50, which makes this an incredible value.
Yeah, I mean, if you're buying a battery for $50 now, for $49.99, you're getting a chainsaw and you're getting the extension pole and you're getting all of that as well. And it's one of those chores that we can do ourselves. If you've got the right tool, you can do that stuff yourself without the gas, right? You're not putting a bunch of gas in there or holding gas in your garage. You're not even running an extension cord and worrying about cutting through the extension cord. Take a look at your screen right here. Look, here's some things I recommend. Have your gloves, have your safety goggles on, some type of eye coverage, because you never know where things are going to fly around. But once you have your gloves, your eye coverage, now you're going to be able to reach anything up high or just to stay away from the blade. Maybe it's something down low like this and you want to put the extension rod on there. Stand back from it. You don't have to be right up on top of it. You see how thick those were, and you just angle it and let it cut. You can do a lot of those chores around your home, whether it's a small home or whether it's a lot of property. There's going to be those limbs that you're going to need to cut back. $99.99. You're also getting a flexible payment. That helps because all you're putting down is $25 right now. You get 30 days to try it out. So if you're feeling a little, like, is this too good to be true? Is it that easy? Is it easy to use? $25, get it home for 30 days, try it out. Bobby, I think that's important for people to get it home, get it in their hands and give it a try. You see just how easy it is and how intuitive it is.
Yeah, I totally agree, Ty. And like when you first, again, as I said at the beginning of the presentation, you first think about a chainsaw, you're thinking, man, this is big, this is bulky, this is heavy, this could be scary. And I literally just did a 4.5-inch cut in less than maybe 10, 20 seconds. True story, again, I just moved into my house here in PA, and my neighbor next door, he's got one of these gas-powered things, and he's on his tippy toes, and he can barely reach. I hear the thing puttering out. I'll tell you what, I never felt more proud to represent Suncho. By the way, we've been in business for many years, 5 years celebrating with you here with HSN. What I did, Ty, is I went right over to him. I'd never met him before. I said, hey, listen, I'm your new neighbor. I said, this is going to be your new best friend. I swear to God. He took it. He came back an hour later. He was like, bro, thank you so much. This was amazing. What is this? And I was like, tune in to HSN for more. So I felt super cool, like I had the right tool for the right job. And that's exactly how you're going to feel when you get this home and have an experience like that.
Well, that's Sunjo, the right tool for the right job. And listen, if it's a much bigger job, then you should be hiring a team to come out anyways. But for all of those little chores around the house, those limbs, those branches, the ones that are 6 feet or 8 feet high, now you can reach. All that stuff that fell from the tree after the storm, now you can cut it up and you can dispose of it in a safe and easy way. And we're showing you right here how to disconnect. It's very intuitive and very easy. And now today, it's under $100, 4 flexible payments, $25 to get it home. And the video just shows it all right here, whether you're using it handheld like that up close or using that extension rod up high or down low. Bobby, it just looks like a beautiful day to be outside and to cut some branches.
It is. I'm getting excited to go home and then finish the trees in my yard, but you're going to be very happy with this purchase. Again, the battery being a $50 value, no brainer. Use it for your other tools. You get a lot of use out of this chainsaw.
Good to see you, Bobby. Thanks for being here, man. We'll see you soon. 897-179. That is your item number here. Thank you guys for watching. Now That's Clever with Ty and Sarah.